is going to win the damn World Heavyweight title. Maybe not, Cole.
We are back with a brand new edition of Weekly Roundup. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw. Let's get right on into it. We kicked off the show with main event Jey Uso. And then he's interrupted by Paul Heyman, who makes a good case that he is in the right about turning on Roman and Punk. And then Jey goes on to say, what does that have to do with him? And then Paul says that it has nothing to do with him, but he came out to tell him that Seth needs that title. And he offers an open challenge. He gives him the challenge for that championship. And he says that Jey can accept that challenge anytime, anywhere. And Jey Uso wants that title match tonight. But next up, we have Penta taking on JD McDonough. And even after Judgment Day and Chad Gable's interference, Penta was able to pull out the win. But next up, we have Sheamus. After a long hiatus, he finally returns and he takes on Austin Theory in a match that I think was originally scheduled for Grayson Waller, but Grayson just moved Austin in there. Is Austin Theory going to actually turn babyface? I don't even know at this point. I hope he does, but who knows. But after a pretty good match between the two, he picks up, Sheamus is able to pick up the win. Great to have Sheamus back. But next up, we have Becky Lynch coming out, and she calls Lyra Valkyria garbage. And then Lyra comes out, responds, and defends herself, beating home the point that even though Becky has all her accomplishments, her accolades, she wasn't the first women's intercontinental champion. And then she says as long as she's here, she hopes Becky is fine with being second place. And then after hearing enough, Becky takes it to her and those two brawl until security has to separate the two. But next up, we have Io Sky and Roxanne Perez going at it in a great match. And Io was able to pick up the win. And then afterwards, she shakes hands with Roxanne. And then Io's blindsided by Julia from behind and is taken out by both her and Roxanne Perez. Roxanne was not genuine done whatsoever. And her and Julia take out the Women's World Champion. But next up, we have an exhilarating match between the returning Rusev and Otis. A pretty great match. I thought this was going to be a squash match, but a great match between the two. But of course, Rusev was able to pick up a massive victory by tapping out Otis, who then afterwards attacks Tozawa and then destroys Otis as well. Rusev, he's back. He's taken out. He took out Tozawa. He took out Otis twice. And Rusev the Redeemer is here to stay. But next up, we have Gunther and Pat McAfee meeting face to face. And McAfee, in just a simple amount of words, calls Gunther soft. And then the ring general says that he will beat him up. He will maul him. And he will choke him until he drops like a wet towel come this Saturday at Backlash. I'm looking forward to this match. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what your predictions are for this match. Obviously, I believe a lot of us think that Gunther's going to win. But I have it this is my wild prediction. I have the world where Pat McAfee picks up a win over Gunther because of a returning Goldberg costing Gunther the match. But let me know your predictions in the comments. Do you think Goldberg is going to come out and set up a match with Gunther, his retirement match? Or will the ring general just make Pat McAfee drop like a wet towel? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But next up, we have a great World Heavyweight Championship match in the main event. We have it was a phenomenal match. I'm sorry. Between Jey Uso and Seth Rollins, so many near falls, and it even included the likes of Sami Zayn and of course Braun Breaker. But it ends in a no contest. So Jey Uso was able to retain the championship, but it ends in a no contest after CM Punk comes out and gets revenge on Seth Rollins. What a main event. I mean, there was moments where I was like, okay, Jay's about to do it. Then I was moments like, oh geez, Jay's about to lose the championship. but it all ends in a no contest after CM Punk comes out with a chair and takes it to Seth Rollins, who is able to retreat with, of course, Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman. But what a way to close out the show with CM Punk, Sami Zayn, and Jey Uso somewhat standing tall over this new evolution, this new faction that Seth Rollins has created. What an episode of Monday Night Raw. But with that being said, folks, please make sure to like, please make sure to subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. I sure know why I did. Always remember that Jesus loves you, so do I. Check out Ministry of Minute, check out Rising Up, and Fight for Supremacy. And until next time, folks, again, Jesus loves you, and so do I. Take care, folks, and God bless.